This is Chris Medeiros. Like, subscribe to TNW Wrestling on YouTube, subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Medeiros. They follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and both of my TikToks, and I'll be down there in the description box. And I'm here to do my AEW Dynamite September 21st, 2022 reviews. So here we go discussing about Dynamite. Now this is Grand Slam, a special edition of Dynamite, and we kick off the first match of the night. It was the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion Claudio Castagnoli versus Chris Jericho 1-on-1 for the ROH World Heavyweight Championship. So yeah, we get into this match. It was a pretty good match. At one point we see Claudio actually hitting the Ricola bomb onto Jericho, almost picking up the win, but Jericho barely kicking out at 2. And then there was one cool moment where we see Claudio pretty much springboard off that second rope, spinning around, about to hit that European uppercut, but he gets caught with the code breaker, but he kicks out at 2. And it was going back and forth. It was a really good match. Go check it out if you have yet. Really great match. But then we get to the ending where Jericho grabs the baseball bat. He tries to hit Claudio, but Claudio grabs it. And then the referee takes it, is putting it up. And then while the referee's putting it up, Jericho hits a low blow onto Claudio. And then hits the Judas effect onto him, pinning him for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, Chris Jericho defeated Claudio Castagnoli tonight. It has become the new Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion. For that match, I'll give it 3.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. It was a really good match, but let's be honest, Claudio should have actually won that match. But I'll talk about more about that at the ending of these reviews. So yeah, later on tonight we will see the AEW World Heavyweight. Well, we will see Jon Moxley versus Bryan Danielson later on tonight in the main event for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. And then, not only that, we will see Swerve in Our Glory versus the Acclaim for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. And then we'll see the interim AEW Women's Champion Toni Storm versus Serena Deeb versus Britt Baker versus Athena in a Fatal 4-Way match for the interim AEW Women's Championship. And not only that, we will see the AEW All-Atlantic Champion Pac versus Orange Cassidy 1-on-1 for the AEW All-Atlantic Championship later on tonight. So yeah, all those matches happening tonight. But yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on AEW Dynamite. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, it was the AEW World Tag Team Champions Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland, Swerve in Our Glory versus Max Caster and Anthony Bowens with Billy Gunn at ringside, the Acclaim, in a tag team match for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. Now, the Fabulous came out with Swerve in Our Glory, but he didn't do nothing or anything. He just walked out with them. But yeah, it was a pretty good match between these two teams. Maybe even better than their match at All Out. I would say it was a really good match. At one point, we see Swerve Strickland accidentally hitting Keith Lee with the boombox, and then that's when Anthony Bowens jumped off the top turnbuckle while Keith Lee was stunned, hitting him with a blockbuster, and then and then we see Max Caster on the other side of the top turnbuckle about to hit the mic check, but he jumps off, but his leg was hurting, so he pretty much clutched onto his leg, and then that's when Anthony Bowens pins Keith Lee, but Lee kicked out at 2. And then we get to the ending when we see at one point when we see Max Caster get lifted up on Keith Lee's shoulders for like the electric chair, and that's when he tossed him for a sit-out powerbomb by Swerve Strickland on the Max Caster. Swerve pins him, but Max Caster barely kicking out at 2. But then we get to the very ending where we see Swerve Strickland arguing with Billy Gunn, and then Keith Lee was trying to back him up and stuff, and then the referee comes out of the ring telling Keith Lee and all him to back up. And then while the referee is distracted with Keith Lee, that's when Anthony Bowens had a discus forearm onto Swerve Strickland, and then Billy Gunn took advantage by hitting the Famouser onto Swerve Strickland outside of the ring, tossing him into the ring. Anthony Bowens picks him up, hits his finish move, laying him out. And then Max Caster jumps off the top turnbuckle with the mic drop onto Swerve Strickland, pinning him for the 1, 2, 3. And while he was pinning him, Anthony Bowens made sure that Keith Lee was going to break it up. So yeah, really good match. The Acclaim defeated Swerve in Our Glory and are the new AEW World Tag Team Champions. That's what happened. Pretty good match, like I said. For that match, I'll give it 3.5 stars. That's why I'll give it. Pretty good match. So you have the Acclaim are the new AEW World Tag Team Champions, and then we see the ROH, AAA, and the IWGP World Tag Team Champions, Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler, FTR, backstage, and they was getting interviewed, and they was talking about how they are number one contenders for the AEW World Tag Team Championships and all that, how they want to cash it in. But then we see the Gun Club come up, interrupting them, talking junk, talking about, oh, y'all claim that y'all are number one contenders and y'all old as hell and all that. We're the youngest and we deserve it and all that stuff. And then that's what happened. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on AEW Dynamite. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, it was Wheeler Yuta. He was getting interviewed by Tony Schiavone, talking about how does he feel about Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson facing one-on-one for the world title tonight. And he was about to give out his answer, but then he gets interrupted by MJF. MJF comes out, starts cutting a promo on Wheeler Yuta, talking about how the fans worship him and how he should worship him as well, think of him as a god and all that stuff. And then Wheeler Yuta was like, yeah, MJF, ladies and gentlemen, now let's talk about your wife. Now, she's a lovely woman, she's smart as hell and all that, but once she'll probably be smart enough to, actually get to know you and know that you're a piece of crap and all that, and leave your ass just like how you left us. So yeah, that's what Wheeler Yuta said. And then MJF got mad, pushes Wheeler smacks him in the face. MJF then headbutts him and pushes down Tony Schiavone. And then that's when Wheeler Yuta jumps on MJF. Both of them starts brawling and stuff. But then we see W. Morrissey comes up, grabbing Wheeler Yuta, choking him. And then that's when MJF hits him in the face with the diamond ring, laying out Wheeler Yuta. So yeah, that's what happened there. Wheeler Yuta getting laid out by MJF. But yeah, and then after that we see a clip from earlier today where we see Tony Schiavone interviewing Jay Cargill about her match against Diamante this Friday on Rampage for the TBS Women's Championship. And Diamante comes up talking about how she gets a friend LB coming with her at ringside and all that stuff. So yeah, that's what happened there. But next we'll be seeing Pac versus Orange Cassidy 1-on-1 for the AEW All Atlantic Championship up next. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite was a one-on-one match. It was the AEW All-Atlantic Champion Pac versus Orange Cassidy, one-on-one for the AEW All-Atlantic Championship. And this match, it was a really good match. Right from the start, Orange Cassidy threw sunglasses at Pac and stuff, and it was really good. Orange Cassidy kept on trying to roll Pac up multiple times in this match, but Pac kept on kicking out too. And then at one moment, we see him hit DDT jumping off the top turnbuckle, which looked very nice, and then hits that tilt swirl DDT onto Pac, pins him, but Pac barely kicking out at 2. And then at one point we see Pac try to hit the lock on Brutalizer, but Orange Cassidy rolls him over into a pin, breaking it up, pin him, but he kicked out at 2. And then after that we see Orange Cassidy hit the Orange Punch onto Pac, pins him, 1, 2, Pac grabs the rope, so yeah, he got rope break. Pac then rolls out the ring. Orange Cassidy gets out the ring with him. And then while Pac was over there by the announce table, he hits Orange Cassidy upside the head with a hammer, with the referee not noticing it. And then that's when Pac picks him up, throws him into the ring, and pins him for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, Pac defeated Orange Cassidy tonight to retain the AEW All Atlantic Championship. That's what happened. Very good match. I'll give that match 3 stars as well. I'll give it a very good match though. So yeah, that's what happened there. But later on tonight we will see Jon Moxley versus Bryan Danielson 1-on-1 for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. But up next we're going to be seeing the AEW Interim Women's Champion Toni Storm versus Britt Baker versus Athena versus Serena Deeb in a Fatal 4-Way match for the interim AEW World Women's Championship. So yeah, that match will be happening up next. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing happens on AEW Dynamite. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, it was a Fatal 4-Way match. It was the interim AEW Women's Champion Toni Storm versus Athena versus Britt Baker versus Serena Deeb in a Fatal 4-Way match. Now, Rebel was at ringside with Britt Baker. In this match, it was a pretty good match. It was for the AEW Interim Women's Championship. And yeah, like I said, it was a very great match. We get to the ending, and we see Athena toss out Serena Deeb out of the ring. And then we see Toni Storm pay a nice tornado DDT onto Athena. It was very nice, but she got taken out. And then that's when Britt Baker kicked her in the shin, Toni Storm in the shin, and then tried to roll her up for a pin. But Storm kicked out at 2 and then rolled up Britt Baker for the pin, getting the 3 count. So yeah, Toni Storm defeated Britt Baker, Athena, and Serena Deeb tonight in the Fatal 4-Way match to retain the interim AEW Women's Championship. So yeah, that's what happened. Very good match, like I said. But then after the match ended, we see Britt Baker attacking Toni Storm after the match. She's busted open and everything, beating her down and stuff. And then we see Jamie Hayter run down and then decides to help Britt Baker. Both of them beating down Toni Storm. And then we see Serena Deeb beating down Athena. The numbers game was catching up, and then we see Britt Baker hit the curb stomp onto Athena, laying her out, and then laying out Toni Storm as well. But then all of a sudden, a theme song hits, and it was Saraya. Saraya makes her debut. This is Paige from WWE. She makes her debut on AEW. She comes walking out. Everybody gets out the ring, and she stands in the middle of the ring. So yeah, it was great to see Saraya in the ring. Hopefully, I can't wait until we see her wrestle or whatever. I really can't wait because it's been so many years. But yeah, very great to see Saraya make her AEW debut. Now, usually I'm not all for debuts, really, because the roster is like freaking packed. But when it comes to women, at least, you know, they need some star power. So yeah, I'm okay with that. So yeah, but yeah, for the match and what happened after the match, I'll give it 3 stars. That's what I'll give it. It was a pretty good match and stuff. So yeah, up next it will be the main event. It will be Jon Moxley versus Bryan Danielson 1-on-1 for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship up next. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite was the main event. It was Jon Moxley versus Bryan Danielson 1-on-1 for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. Now, William Regal was on commentary for this match, and we see MJF watching this match from the stands with the poker chips. So yeah, we get the match, and it was a pretty good match. Don't get me lying. At the ending, we see them going outside and brawling on the ramp, but then we see Jon Moxley hit the paradigm shift onto Bryan Danielson on the ramp, and he rolls right back into the ring. He locks on that, that submission hold, the sleeper hold, pretty much on the Bryan Danielson. Danielson was trying to fight out of it, trying to kick off the turnbuckles and stuff, but Moxley was not letting go. Danielson then passes out, and Moxley won. So yeah, Jon Moxley defeated Bryan Danielson tonight to become the new AEW World Heavyweight Champion. That's what happened. Really good match. I'll give that match 3.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. For match of the night, I probably gotta say it was Claudio, Castagnoli, and Chris Jericho. That match was really good, and this match was really good too. But here was my issue with Dynamite. Now, everything with the Fatal 4-Way match from earlier was pretty good. It was great to see Saraya making her debut on AEW. The tag team match from earlier for the tag titles was good. MJF brawling with Wheeler Yuta was pretty good. The All-Atlantic Championship match was good. And all the matches were really good tonight. But my 2 issues with tonight was Chris Jericho winning the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship, even though he never stepped foot in a Ring of Honor ring before. Claudio should have retained the title. That's one issue. And my other issue is Jon Moxley winning the world title. Now, Jon Moxley is a competitor, respect for him. Like, hard-working person and all that. But I think Bryan Danielson should have won this match. Bryan Danielson should have been the man to win the world title tonight. That's what should have happened. But I understand that they're going to go with a feud with MJF and Jon Moxley and stuff. But still, Bryan Danielson, in my opinion, should have won the AEW world title. But whatever, what can you do? For tonight's Dynamite, I'll give it 8 stars. That's what I'll give it. It was a pretty good show. Just those 2 issues right there with Jericho winning the world title and Moxley winning another world title. So yeah, But yeah, that has been my AEW Dynamite reviews. Like, subscribe to Team W Wrestling on YouTube, subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Videos, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and both of my TikToks. They'll all be down there in the description box. And yeah, I'll see you guys later for this Friday Night SmackDown reviews. See you guys later until then.